podcasting from Innovation Works in downtown London, Ontario, home of the London Knights, the White Rhino, and a million trees. I'm Chelsey, and I'm your host for Mind Your Mind's inaugural podcasting season. Hello and welcome to Mind Your Mind's podcast series. In this episode, we will be talking to Canadian contemporary R&B artist, Alyssa Reid. Mind Your Mind got the opportunity to interview the R&B artist back in 2014 when she was on tour as an opening act for Headley, performing songs from her album Time Bomb, which was newly released that year. Since our last interview, she has released a new album, Phoenix, and she is currently working on writing and recording her fourth album. In this episode, Mind Your Mind volunteer Scarlett talks with Alyssa about moving around a lot as a child, how she stays grounded, and her struggle with self-confidence. Let's listen in on what she has to say.
Hi, my name is Scarlett. I'm a volunteer with Mind Your Mind, and I'm here interviewing Alyssa Reid. Thank you so much for letting us interview you. So tonight you're opening for Headley?
Yes.
Yeah. And also you recently had your second album release, Time Bomb, in February of this year. First of all, congratulations.
Thank you.
And also, what's your favorite song probably that from that album that you like performing? Oh, sorry.
I think it really depends. If I'm feeling really excited, like I need to dance, probably Hurricane. But I really enjoy playing Let It All Go because it's just me and the guitar, and it's a very intimate moment that I share with the crowd. So that one is probably my favorite. But then you have to go back to the last album and close the show with Alone Again because everyone else likes that one. So
yeah. Awesome. Also, getting a bit more personal, you've shared that throughout your childhood, your family moved around a lot, and that was hard on you, having to readapt to meeting new friends and teachers. How old were you when you kind of realized that music could be a sense of stability for you?
I think probably when I was about 7 is when I wrote my first song that was actually about something. But with that being said, I've had a lot of time to actually think about that. And I think the fact that I moved around a lot and kind of didn't have that one home where I could tick off my height on the wall, it kind of helped me prepare for a music career, if that makes sense, because I'm constantly on the road, I'm constantly traveling. I'm never really in the same place for a very long time. So I guess in a way that kind of prepared me. So if I look back on it now, I guess I'm kind of glad that that happened.
That's a really interesting way of looking at it. So like you said, you're on the road all the time. So dealing with these pressures that come with this career, especially at such a vulnerable age, how are you able to stay so modest and grounded?
I have a really amazing group of friends and a really amazing family. And I'm about to make myself sound like a complete loser, but I've got cats and they're awesome. And I surround myself in really amazing people that are supportive and wonderful and make me laugh and make me smile. And when you have that, you feel like you can do anything. So I think that's the biggest piece of that, because it's really easy when you feel alone to kind of discredit everything else in your life and to kind of feel a little bit sorry for yourself and feel like you have a really crappy hand. But if you have amazing people around you who are constantly encouraging you and who are there for you always, no matter what kind of happens, whether my career would go away tomorrow, I still have the love of my friends and family. And so that makes me able to go do what I want to do freely without any concerns about it, because I know if that were to go away, I still have that.
That's really awesome. So one of your hit singles, The Game, speaks boldly about self-confidence and a celebration of individuality. Were there times when you didn't feel so positive about yourself and struggled with self-love and self-acceptance? How did you approach and tackle these issues?
I think as a 21-year-old girl, I kind of deal with that every single day. I often feel bad about something, about maybe my appearance, about, God knows, I'm a girl. Everything makes me upset sometimes. But with that, I also have to kind of take life for what it is and know that I've got hormones and I'm gonna feel like that sometimes because I am a 21-year-old girl. Sometimes I'm gonna get a little crazy, and so I try to only let myself like feel like that for like 10 minutes, and then I have to end it there. But it's funny that you mentioned the game, because that was actually written about an ex-boyfriend who was kind of using me. And yeah, I guess he wanted to be in the music industry, so he thought that dating me would get him closer to accomplishing his dreams. So when I found that out, I actually rewrote the verses to the game about him, because he wrote a rap about me and put it on YouTube. So instead of like indulging in she's laughing because she knows who it is. Instead of like indulging in his drama he was trying to bring, I just kind of found a way to channel my emotions towards that situation. So it's funny that you mentioned that, because that is a kind of about like someone trying to bring you down and you telling them politely to shove it.
That's awesome. Have you ever felt, well, I guess we've kind of went over that just with the self-confidence thing, but just specifically regarding the industry, have you ever felt discouraged and like you weren't good enough for the industry in particular?
Absolutely. I'm not a stick. As many people have noticed, I have big Polish curves, and I am told very frequently that I cannot make it in this industry unless I lose 20 pounds, 30 pounds. People just, they like to try and make you feel like that because that's their views on things. And something that I've focused very hard on doing is allowing people to know that you should be accepted no matter what you look like. The music industry is about music. Yeah. It shouldn't be about anything else. If I want to be a pop singer, it shouldn't matter if my thighs have a gap in between them. That stuff just isn't important. And I hate when people say that stuff, and when people tell me to lose weight, I'm just like, I don't need to lose weight. You need to go reevaluate your morals. Yeah. Like, I'm not going to lose weight because I want to be a singer. If you don't like the way I look, just listen to the CD. Don't watch my music videos. Yeah, exactly. I can't make you like me as a person, but if you like my music, that's one thing. But, I mean, how I look should not affect any of that. Just my opinion.
But regardless, you are beautiful.
Thank you. I eat a lot of pierogies. The bum.
Good to know. So is there a type of music that would make you change the station if it came on the radio?
I kind of like all types of music. I guess I am more so a huge fan of like pop and country and old classics. I'm not a giant fan of alternative rock, if that makes sense. It's just not for everyone. I'm more... I like stuff that makes you feel good, and I find alternative rock makes me feel very depressed. So I try and stay away from that. But I mean, like, I'll listen to top 40, anything country. On the drive to this show, I listened to the Beatles the entire way. So, I mean, I pretty much listen to anything. Yeah. My iPod is very diverse.
I actually never pegged you as a country, like being into country. Do you have like a favorite artist or?
Probably Keith Urban.
Yeah? I might be seeing him this summer.
Really? At Boots and Hearts?
Yep.
Oh, see you there.
Seriously?
Yeah. I'd go to that.
That's awesome. If you were stranded on a desert island and could only have one song to listen to, what would it be?
I thought you were going to say, what would I have with me? I was like, favorite blankie, obviously. Can't go anywhere without my baby blanket. But that's not the question, and I once again made myself sound like a giant loser. Probably Defying Gravity from the play Wicked, because it never gets old. It's true. And I can get out my frustrations in that really high note at the end. So if no one comes to get me, I'll just sit there and belt for the rest of my life with my favorite blankie. I'm going to give that back to you now, so I stop talking.
What is one of your biggest fears?
Besides scorpions, not being happy. Something that I've tried really hard to focus on this year is finding situations and people and activities that I could do that just make me happy. I feel like people set a lot of goals for themselves that are like, I want to get a promotion, I want to buy myself this. And I've been thinking I'm such a loser. I've been trying to figure out what the meaning of life is. And I have come to the conclusion that it is happiness. So that's my answer.
Very good answer. Is there a movie or TV show that never fails to make you laugh?
Mean Girls. I don't even need the mic. It's just Mean Girls.
Are you one of those people who like recites the lines all the
Every
time?
line?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. And I quote it probably daily.
Really?
Yeah.
So when you're stressed out with work, and I mean, what is there something that you can do to unwind and clear your head? Like when you're say working on a song and you're frustrated with it, so you kind of need to walk away from music, which is the thing that probably helps you the most.
Mm-hmm. I suck at walking away from music. I just turn on other music. If I am frustrated about something, I will probably just put headphones on and go for a run, because regardless of what's going on, it's the best distraction ever. So there's music for every mood.
Yeah. That's good. And one last random question. If you were a cookie, what kind would you be and why?
Ooh, okay, I'd be double chocolate with some caramel in there with like sea salt on top.
Salty caramel.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I mean, I could go with like traditional chocolate chunk, but like
It's boring.
people get tired of that. Sometimes you need some like decadence.
Nice.
Can I just be salt and vinegar chips? I like salt and vinegar chips.
Salt and vinegar chips flavored cookie.
I'm not a big sweets person.
Really?
Yeah.
I am.
I think the only like sweets that I eat that I like are like fruit.
Holy.
But-
That's lucky.
Until you eat like 5 oranges in a row. I probably smell
worse
like oranges
things.
right now. Sorry, I'm off on a tangent again. Here.
So I guess we'll just wrap up here. Thank you so much, Alyssa, again, for having us come here and be with you. It was so awesome meeting you.
I think most people fear not being happy, whether they realize it or not. Being in my early 20s, I know I've had many, many nights where I'm up late contemplating my life and what I'm going to do when I graduate from university. Being in a co-op program has definitely helped me narrow down possible careers that I see myself in. However, I still wonder what I will do outside of work and consistently try new hobbies. If you are struggling, please know that there is a plan for you, even if you can't describe what it is at this very moment. And with that, we wrap up this episode. Thanks for listening to this episode of Mind Your Mind's podcast. If you like what you just heard and you found these tips helpful, don't forget to share and subscribe and to visit our website, mindyourmind.ca. And don't forget to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. The links are in the description below. And stay tuned for the next episode as we talk to Dan with Webster about dealing with anxiety and what inspires them to do what they're doing as musicians.